Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to create another website with Shopify, or another store if you will, and we're going to be going over some more of the additional features in the settings options here with you today. If you haven't already, do subscribe and drop us a comment and let me know how I can help you build your Shopify e-commerce store. Alright, so if you don't have the link, it is in the description for Shopify.com, and you can start your free trial for 14 days before you commit to any paid plan. So let's go ahead and start from scratch. Let's enter our email. And we are going to do this. All right. Now we need a password. And now we need a store name. Let's say River Madness. Okay. All right. So now that's options. There we have available for that store name. Let's create the store. Alright, now are we already selling? I'm going to say, I'm just playing around. What is your current revenue? We're going to select just something for today. And I'm just going to put photography now. And no, I'm not designing or developing a store or a client, so I'm going to leave it blank. And if you are, just click yes. We're going to go to next. And a couple more questions wanting our information as far as first name, last name, address, your regions, your states, or whatever, and our phone number. Now, my business is not a registered business, so I'm not putting this. If it is, I'll select, and if I decide to register my business in the future, I will just go to General and Settings, and if you caught us on our last videos, you know how to do that already, right? Alright, so we're going to enter the store and let it load, and we're going to go ahead and jump straight into the settings, and that way, because we've already went over the themes, the products, we went to adding sections, we went to custom settings, right, or custom sections in our previous videos as well. So we've even went over, we went over a lot of things, right? So today, let's just go back to settings, because there's a lot of settings here. Let's see, we went over legal. I showed you how to customize in our very last video on how to create the templates for the emails that are sent, right? So we're going to come back here later on too, and we're going to go over exactly gift cards, which is going to be in the discount section as well, and we're going to work with discounts, and we're going to add customers together in one video in the future, so don't miss that. All right. So now we're talking about more so for today. We're going to go over some of the sales channels. Let's see, we went over taxes already as well. We went over legality and billing. Let's talk about billing today in the settings. So when we come to billing, let it load. All right, here we go. Now the payment methods, this is just very quick. So staff permissions. Now you have many people working for you, or you have one or two. Let's go here. And when we are in the permissions here, we are going to customize what your staff members can edit or access. So let's add staff. So adding staff in today's settings. All right, first name. We're going to say his name is John, and his name is Smith, right? All right, you know what? I'm going to put his name as Stan. If you've seen American Dad, you know who he is. His email is, let's say, smith at Yahoo, right? .com. Alrighty, now we're going to select what permissions does he have. So this staff will have no permissions in the store. So this is what we don't want him to have home. So he will have limited permissions in the store, right? So if we don't have anything, this staff will have no permissions. So he will have limited, right? So we want him to have home, orders. He can edit orders, right? Let's see, this is just in general. I don't want him to do marketing. So if he can actually create a discount code, whatever, right? I want him to update my products. I want him to inform customers. I don't want him to read my reports about how much I'm selling, right? So here, if you see reports, so should my staff member be able to read the report, right? So it depends on what staff or how much trust you have in this person, right? So if I'm like, hey, I need a report, can you print this off for me? Then you'll select this, right? Dashboards, let's see, not marketing, not discounts, apps and channels, no. What about the online store? Do I want him to be able to edit the theme? No. Blog posts and pages, yes, I want him to create blogs. And administration, should he manage settings, manage locations? Yes. And can he add or change himself? No, I don't want to give him that permission, or view private ads, right? So I can send that invite. So I can send him an invite to be there, and he'll just select that from the email, and there we go. Alrighty, so collaborators. Now, these give designers, developers, or marketers access to your Shopify administration, so they don't count towards your staff limit though, right? So only people with a collaboratory request code can send a collaboratory request. Yes. Alright, so there we go, collaborators request code, and you can change this if you want, or you can generate a new code this way. Right, so generate the code, and we have a new code, so 2337. All right, and Google Apps. Disabled staff can't use Google Apps to log in. You can change that with edits. All right, this is the user permissions for the for your staff, for the people that are working for you, right? And that's all it is. So very fast, very easy, and you can send a few to people, right? All right, so we can actually transfer ownership too. If I'm like, hey, I'm done, I'm going to give somebody else ownership, you can do that right here with user permissions. All right, now coming back to billing. All right, now he has a permission, right? So manage how you pay your bills in Shopify. Now, how am I going to pay my bill, right? So add a payment method, and we're going to put a card number here, the expiration date, the billing address, whichever, right? All right, and that is with the default payment system. Current billing cycle billed on August 15th, 2021, right? So we don't have that. So your monthly bill is on a 30-day cycle, right? So this is like how we're going to pay for Shopify if we choose a selected plan. And this is it. And if you want to see the statement of charges, you'll click this link right here, view statement of charges, and that's what it's going to show you, right? So it's going to show your summaries of your Shopify charges, like include subscriptions, app charges, shipping labels, transaction fees, etc., etc. All right, that is your billing. And when we're coming to legal, we've went over legal before, and you're going to be able to add that. Now, taxes. Let's go to taxes. So we went over that too last time. I want to set up the United States taxes, right? So I want to collect sales tax, and we'll just put the state that we live in, or whichever, right? So it doesn't matter. And then your unique sales tax ID for Arkansas. If you don't have sales, get one and you enter it here later, right? So that's all you would do. So that's how you would add to collect taxes. All right, shipping overrides. Add shipping override. You need to add a tax registration for a state before you can do this, but you can do this here. You'll just put add a custom tax rate for shipping, and you'll select that and the tax rate. So, but you can't do this until you actually use a tax number. All right, so if you have that. Product overrides, the same. So you need to add a tax registration for the state, the same, and you can filter collections, right, the state and the tax rate as well. And you can add that override, right? All right, so if you're not sure about how to set up your taxes there in the United States, they do have a link. It says learn more about setting up U.S. taxes. Click the link, and when you do that, it's going to open up another page, and it's just a notification, the Help Center, which Shopify is really good for support, and if you're not sure. So it gives you a guide. If you're new to Shopify, before you start selling, determine whether you should charge sales tax, right? So this is what it's telling you with the tax agencies. So before you begin, right, it tells you where to go, settings, taxes, determine whether you need to charge, register your tax agencies, manage your locations, right? Set up regions to which you're registered, and it's telling you step by step what you should do right here in the support. So even as you're coming here and you're like, oh man, what did Brent say? I don't quite remember. Don't worry, because the exact let's see. One moment. Let's go back to our page. So if you're not quite sure how to do it, and you're like, man, what did Brent say about the taxes? You can come here, and right here on your dashboard as you're trying to set everything up, you can just click here, right? And it will walk you step by step as well in written form. So you can just kind of go back and forth as you're going as well. So that's really awesome for Shopify. So you need to collect sales tax in states where you have a physical or economic nexus. If you're not sure what that is, you can click it here as well. If you have a nexus, you can start collecting taxes once you've registered with an appropriate tax authority. If you're in the United States, of course, it's going to be the IRS, right? That is it for taxes, right? And if you're not sure about the tax overrides too, you want to learn more about it, so to customize your tax rates for specific collections or shipping destinations, go here, and this is what we were just talking about. So click this and it takes you right back to support as well. So don't sweat it. Don't really worry too much. That's for the United States. Now the rest of the world as well, if you're shipping internationally, this is cool to know. Base, you can reset tax. So country tax, you'll edit it here. Let's just say 10%, because typically, like even minimally in the United States, it's 10%. A lot. I know based on your state, between 10 to 12% actually. So if if you go to the store and you buy bananas, and let's say it's $1, right, it'll be like $1.10, $1.10 because of that 10% tax. If you're like in California, it'll look like 12 and 13% in between New York too. So you have $1.12 for, you get the idea, right? So the tax overrides, you can add that for too, and you've seen that for the United States and that tax override. All right. So now you're like, okay, well, how am I going to keep all of that as I'm selling, Brent? As I'm selling, I don't know how to remember this. Well, Shopify does that for you as well. So you have tax calculations. So here we have all price include tax, right? So taxes charged on shipping rates are included in the shipping price, right? That's a good idea. So you don't want to like not have this. You pay for a certain amount, right? Let's say it's $10 to ship this product to your customer, and then you must pay additional taxes. If you don't want to take that blow, add that tax to the shipping. This part is just for shipping. On shipping rates are included in the shipping price. It gives you that information right here, right? Now, also, I'll go over this in just a moment, but include or exclude tax based on your customer's country. So again, your customer's local tax rate will be used for calculations, right? So if we include it or exclude it, this is where we're going to do it here. So like maybe he's from a different country, or maybe you have to pay like an import or an export tax. You never know, based on what you're selling and what, right? So you don't want to be hit again with that tax, so you can include that on your customer. All right, charge tax on shipping rates. Now we have it here. Now tax charged on shipping rates here, but include shipping rates in the tax calculation. This is automatically calculated for Canada, European Union, and the United States, right? All right, charge VAT on digital goods. So this creates a collection for you to add your digital products. Products in this collection will have a VAT applied to checkout for the European customers. So if they're trying to download, maybe you're selling a song, maybe you're selling a program or something you've made, and they should have taxes, we can do that too on digital goods. And if you're still not quite sure, you can actually hit this and it will give you more information about VAT tax. All right. Now, if you are, you've set up your taxes, you're already selling, you're making money, right? And you're like, okay, well, I need to understand how much money I'm paying in tax. Right here in tax calculations, go to view your tax report. So you can click this and it will come, and there's no data here because of course this is a very brand new store, but this will actually take you to your tax report. So it will tell you all information. And here we go, finance summaries, here we go. Now we backed out. Now let's see, gross profit, net sales, right? Gross, again, payments, there are no payments, liabilities, gift card sales, right? Tips, if you get tips, we went over that, taxes as well. And you click taxes, this is where you're at. So your finance summary you have as well. Let's back out. And these are all of your reports. And you're going to find reports exactly underneath analytics right here. You can even do a live view, even if you prefer. And you can show total sessions, visitors right now, and total sales, total orders, right, page reviews, customer behavior. There you go. And this shows you an awesome map here in the same way. So that's your live view there. So let's go back to settings because we're not quite finished, right? All right. Now we have locations, manages places you stock your inventory, right? So wherever you have that, this is where I have. If I want to add a location, right? Let's see. It says Paris warehouse. I'm going to say Alaska, right? And I'm going to give it the name warehouse, right? Now fulfill orders from this location, right? So stop filling orders from this location, we can put or not, right? and we just put an address wherever. I'm just going to put something here, and Alaska, right? So just my information here, and I can save it. And I've added a new location. And all right, couldn't be verified. You may be unable to ship labels. That's because I just put any information for the address. But when you're creating that additional location, put your address that you have, and it will show this is just for me. Since you've added a location in Alaska, you should review your sales tax settings to see if you need to collect sales tax there. Now that's what it's doing. So that's why you should remember, that's why location and some of the things honestly go hand in hand, right? So you need your locations, you need your taxes, and this is why we're kind of going over them together. All right. If I don't want this location, I'm like, oh man, okay, I've stopped, we shut this down, deactivate location, and there we go, and it's gone. And here you can also delete the location as well. All right, so there we go. Pretty easy, right? You're using one of 4 locations available on your plan. So because it's a free plan, you have 4 places, right? You have 4 locations you can use. If you need more, pay for the plan, right? And you can compare the plans to, like, oh man, 4 is not enough. I have 10 places I'm selling from. Just go here to compare plans, purchase it, and you'll have more available, right? All right, coming back. Files, upload image, videos, and documents. Now, upload or manage your files. You can do this here, and it will just open up the link where you can upload your files, right? All right, so here we go. Now we have billing, we have taxes, we have locations and users and permissions. It's very important for that, right? Now, also shipping and delivery. Shipping and delivery, we need this too because again, it's based on taxes and everything together, and what we're going to be paying, right? So you need to have this information available for you. All right, so how do we change that? Delivery methods at the checkout, manage how customers receive their orders, right? So how can we change that, right? So shipping rates, let's go to manage rates. We kind of went over that too before, but just to kind of give you a crash course again, right? So this is the prices, this is what we have. You can create a shipping zone, so based on where you're doing, and you can do this. Let's say I'm selling to the Philippines, done, right? We can create a new one, and this is specific there. So we can add a rate, set up your own rates, and use a carrier app to calculate rates. So if you're not sure, you can use a carrier and it will do everything for you. Worldwide automatically show, right? A percentage as well, 5%, a flat amount, right? We can add this as well. And this will give 5% plus $5, right? So it's a flat rate plus a percentage. So you can edit that. Now for here, you can edit the rate or delete the rate, right? The same for the zone, and here we go. Now domestic, this is the price for the US. Here we can change as well. Domestic United States, right? And you can still edit the rate and delete it as well, but this is based on here. All right, the rest of the world, you have DHL, USPS as well, again, and you have 3 services available, and this is what's available here, and you can add a rate as well. Set up your own rates the same, nothing changes, right, for the zone, if you prefer that. All right, that's the 3 services here, and this is the rest of the world, and if we don't want to go for the rest of the world, we're just staying inside the domestic United States, and this is what we have. So let's see, this is what we do, and the same, we can edit the zone, right, the same rest of the world or specific, so you know that you can keep it for the rest of the world or specific countries. Again, if you're changing, if you're sending to a specific place, not just the rest of the world, but let's say everywhere else except for this one location, it'll be this price. And now we have a specific location, let's Jordan, let's say Maldives, right? Maldives, okay, I'm going to charge extra for there because it's going to cost me extra, right? So the rest of the world has this price, domestic has this price, but the Maldives, I'm going to make a special price for shipping. And this is where this is going to come into play for you. So this is why this is important to have as well. And also because we went over in taxes just a few moments ago, you're going to be paying taxes, and so it's really good to kind of catch what if there's a specific tax, import or export to whatever you're doing. So that's why that is going to be important as well. This is why shipping, taxes, locations, and even to really secure your account, if you have a staff member, you know how to add them now, and you know what to keep from them being able to do on your store, right? All right, so this is the general profile here, shipping delivery. We've already edited that, and there we go. So you have a lot of information on the settings here. So if we went over general, we went over payments, checkout. When you know how to customize settings now, you know about billing, you know about the legal, you also know about the locations, user permissions, and taxes. So you already know how to set up all of that based on the settings. Because when you open up settings, you can be rather confused. You're like, oh my God, there's so many things. What am I going to do? Right? All right. Very good. If you haven't already, do subscribe to our channel. Drop a comment below. If I missed something that you're wanting to know, do drop that comment and let me know so I can tell you in upcoming videos as well. Our next video, we're going to be going over gift cards. We're going to be going over discounts as well and how to set them up and kind of give your customers a up one on how to save money and really encourage them to come to your store. All right, guys, so the next videos, we're going to be talking about marketing and these discounts. So don't miss another one, and I will catch you guys later.